All right, well, it's Trial Tuesday this morning. Attorney David Aylor is here talking about power of attorney. David, first of all, what does that mean for those out there that don't know what we're talking about?
Well, what a power of attorney is going to be a document that basically allows someone to make decisions for you when at a point in time that you may need them, whether it be because you're incapacitated, maybe out of the country, various things like that. And those decisions are going to be financially related, any kind of personal information, they'll be able to access it. And it's very important, obviously, in situations where people are starting to get elderly, but it also can be important in other situations when you get into like a medical power of attorney.
Right.
When you're talking about making some serious medical decisions, life support, various things like that.
Yeah, I've heard about a medical power of attorney, but I didn't know that people do them when they go overseas or out of the country. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, the reason that you're going to have that happen is obviously in today's world, everything is pretty secure. It's sometimes hard, as we know, to even get in our own accounts if we can't remember our password or our third dog, that sort of thing. So what you can have with the power of attorney is, let's say someone needed to, get into your bank account for whatever reason, maybe to send you more money over there, or pay something or review something to see if there's been fraudulent activity. Well, you or I wouldn't be able to have that ability if we weren't on the account. However, with the power of attorney, you can have those things. You can sign over checks. You actually have the power to really sort of control the finances and the personal interests of someone, which can come into play in so many different situations. Obviously, sometimes when some sort of tragic accident occurs, it may also be a time that not only do you need to get into their personal accounts, but you do need to start making medical decisions.
Right, and we're talking about tragic accidents. Let's say, for instance, you live alone, maybe all of your family is in a different state, and maybe not so much that you're elderly, but maybe you just want to make sure that all of your affairs are taken care of in the event that you can't answer for yourself.
Right, and what a lot of times in those situations, people actually have an attorney as they'll put as the power of attorney. Now, you can get these documents offline, but depending on what state you use, it's a lot more important, I think, to go to a local attorney, have an attorney do it simply to make sure you're following the correct forms, because you do have two different types of power of attorney when it comes to your basic power of attorney form, and that there's also a durable. And basically what a durable power of attorney means is at the point that you get mentally incapacitated, that person can still make decisions for you, much like a guardianship or conservatorship, where if you just have a power of attorney, that would actually stop at the point that if you got mentally incapacitated, someone would then have to go and get the conservatorship through probate, that sort of thing. So I think personally it's most important to get that durable power of attorney, someone you trust, whether it be a relative, whether it be a friend, or an attorney, to then put that in place for not only when you may have an emergency, like you're out of the country or somewhere you can't access something, but also if something did happen, you wouldn't have to go through the process, or that person wouldn't, to get the conservatorship.
Right, and it would seem like it would be kind of common sense. I mean, we get, a lot of people have wills and things like that, but your will is if in the event that you were to die. The power of attorney is you're still here,
Absolutely.
but you can't do anything.
Yeah, and there could be a number of different reasons. I mean, think about, unfortunately, how many traffic accidents we see people get in comas. Fortunately, a lot of them come out or after surgery. There may be things that need to be done within their accounts that, if nobody has that, ability to do it, it makes it really tough. I actually know someone personally who had a pretty tough situation where a lady had Alzheimer's, and before she really, got very incapacitated mentally from it, they had put the power of attorney in place, because obviously she needed to be able to understand what she was doing. They've since lost the power of attorney. She's still alive, she's not mentally lucid, and now they have a real hard trouble trying to get anything done within her estate.
I imagine. Well, David Aylor, thank you so very much for giving us all this insight. We really do appreciate it.
Glad to be here, always glad to see you.
Back in a moment with more Low Country Live coming up in a minute. Stay with us.